What's up there, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to another Pug Love Production YouTube channel video. As always, I'm your host, Adam Z. And that's right, I'm bringing a double dose of Pug Love to you this weekend. I hope your weekend's going great, and tonight's video, I'm going to be doing my honest review on the new Overwatch character, Doomfist. Now, Doomfist, off the bat, he is a straight-up offensive character, and he gets right into the thick of battle. Now, personally, I haven't gotten a chance to play him too often. I did play him a little bit in the new game mode 6v6, where everybody plays as Doomfist, and that's in the arcade, if you haven't gotten a chance to play that, and it's pretty fun, pretty interesting, gives you a chance to try him out. And I gotta say, they got some stuff to fix, that's for sure. Now, to give you some background story on Doomfist, he, I believe, is the current leader or second in command of Talon, which is basically a terrorist organization that believes by creating chaos, humanity, it's odd, kind of. It's like by creating chaos, they can force humanity to overcome it and evolve and become stronger. So basically, he was actually a bright young man and was born into a very wealthy, well-known Nigerian family, I believe. He's from Nigeria, and they focused on robotics. And he was very charismatic and intelligent. He was very charismatic and intelligent, and used that to further his family's business. Now, while he was doing that, he basically went off and started studying martial arts and different forms of it, and went to tournaments and was a combatant and fell in love with martial arts and fighting and became a very well-known fighter. Now, before he could reach his prime, during the Omnic crisis, he lost his right arm. Now, his family business, being cybernetics, was able to fix his injuries, and he then later focused everything into the family business, but it didn't quite fill the void. And that's when the last leader of Talon, or the prior Doomfist before him, came up to him and made him an offer to come in and join the group. And he accepted very cautiously, but as he was in the group and rose through the ranks, he realized, you know, maybe by bringing some chaos, we can evolve as humans because we'll be overcoming these various obstacles. So, over time, basically, he wanted to keep going and further this, while the last Doomfist was kind of complacent with just attacking Nubani and going on raids and profiting from loot from that. So what ended up happening was Doomfist, the current Doomfist, killed his teacher, took the gauntlet, and raised some heck. And eventually he got captured by Overwatch, which was comprised of a team of Tracer, Winston, and Genji, I believe, and was put into a maximum security prison. And while he sat there and waited for the events that he unleashed to unfold and expected some things to happen. And then when the time came, he believed he was needed back. He broke out of jail, stole the gauntlet, and he's back in the game. Now, that's a bit of his backstory. If you want to see more or watch some videos on that, you can definitely look it up on Google or something. I'm not going to leave any links. You can just look that up and see more of his backstory. He's a very interesting character. Now, as far as the gameplay version, playing with him goes, I'm not very excited. Essentially, to me, it feels like they added a Street Fighter character to the game. And, because like I said, he's up close and personal, basically all melee, except for his right arm is like a fist shooter gauntlet kind of thing. But even that isn't normal. So, obviously, all characters, except for, I think, Widowmaker and Hanzo and Diva, have, a countdown on when you have to reload your weapon. He doesn't have a reload. He has a charge. So basically, it's kind of like Tracer's blink, and then it slowly charges back up. That's how Doomfist's main weapon works. I don't really like that. So if you pew, 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 you have 5 shots. If you, or 5 or 6, if you use all them up, it's going to take a couple seconds to replenish. So if you use all those up, use all your abilities, everything's on cooldown, you are screwed. So that I'm not too crazy about, but you know, it's an interesting concept. Next off, he's very ability-based, which most characters are extremely ability-based, but he is completely ability-based, which is kind of, grabs me insanely, because most characters, you have your abilities, and then you have your main weapons. This guy, everything is an ability. So basically, your hand cannon, your main weapon, that's almost like an ability. And then you got the left trigger, the left bumper, and the right bumper to worry about. So his abilities include a rising uppercut, which I believe might stun people or even knock them into the air. That's what reminds me most of a Street Fighter. He reminds me of Ryu almost when he does that. I believe he even says something like, Hadouken! But anyway, next up he has a seismic slam where he jumps in the air and crashes down and stuns anybody that gets hit by him. And his final ability, besides his ultimate, his final ability is a charging punch where he charges up and then boom, just lunges at you. And if you get hit, you go flying into the nearest wall or off the map if there is no wall. Or you just get insta-killed. That's my main problem right now. With most characters, obviously, most characters that come out, they're extremely powerful and have to be tweaked. This guy is way, way, way too powerful right now. I mean, the fact that my main character is Mei, and she has 250 health, slightly above the lowest health bars, I can get one-shotted by that frickin' fist, that power fist punch, and that is BS. There is no way any character should be able to one-shot anybody unless it's like a Widowmaker or Hanzo hitting a headshot, which that should be a one-shot kill unless you have above 300 health or something. But that's just, it perplexes the crap out of me how they could make that punch that powerful. I'm just, if I don't time it right, or I don't use good ability economy and I waste all my abilities while he's charging up and I don't time anything out right, I'm gonna die instantly. So, whoop-de-doo. Now, his ultimate is pretty crazy. It's a meteor strike. He jumps in the air out of view. You don't see him. And then, basically, he can move anywhere in the map from what I've seen when this happens. So he'll jump in the air, he's gone, and then next thing you know, you just see a giant red circle. And that giant red circle, that's where he's coming down on, and he just does a lot of damage. I think. I don't know, because I don't get caught in that. I am smart enough to be like, okay, I hear him using his ability. Look on the ground. Okay, there it is. Run out of way. And if I do get caught on it, boop, ice block, damage nullified. But that is a very good ultimate. It's, I believe, stuns people or knocks them back, and it does a good bit of damage. So that's really cool. I do like his ultimate very much so, just because you have no idea where he's going to be until, like, the last second. And like I said, I'm pretty sure he moves through buildings and everything when he does that, because I've seen someone use their ultimate inside a building and crash down in a different section. So that's pretty cool. Now, his design is pretty interesting. It's a mix of a human cyborg kind of deal. He's got a lot of cybernetics to him, I guess, over injuries and everything. And then the Doomfist gauntlet itself is really, really cool looking. And the different skins that he has, I went into the skin profile just to check out what they did for him. I gotta say, I love the skins that they put out for him so far. Very cool. I might even buy one up, even though I'm not probably gonna play him too often, just to have one of those 1,000 credit gold skins that he has. Probably the Tiki he's got some Tiki versions, and the gauntlet even has a Tiki face to it. Those are just really, really cool. Very nice touch. Now, the gauntlet itself, I have a bit of a problem with. And when I looked into a little bit of the backstory of him, I didn't look in too much, I looked in a little bit, I didn't get any explanation for this. Basically, the Doomfist gauntlet that you see on him is way too big. Now, obviously with his cybernetic ability and his intelligence, he could have modified the Doomfist gauntlet to be bigger and more powerful and blah 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 blah. But I didn't read anything about that. If you know anything about that, please let me know in the comments below, because I feel like a arse for saying this, but it just irks the crap out of me how big this gauntlet is. Because if you've watched the Overwatch animations and videos that they put out, you've seen the one where there's Widowmaker and Reaper fighting against Tracer and Winston in the Overwatch Museum. While they're fighting, there's a teenage boy and his young brother, hiding from the chaos. During the mix of all this, the teenager notices that Widowmaker's going to get the gauntlet, and when she's not looking, he steals it, puts it on, she turns around, and he hits her with it. She goes flying, the gauntlet breaks, blah, 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 blah. And basically, that's where my problem comes in, is because that gauntlet right there is just slightly bigger than a teenage boy's hand. So how did it become so freaking huge? Urgh! I just want to know, did he actually modify it, or did they just say, screw it, let's make it cool looking? Those are the little things that kind of bug me when I notice something like that, and then I don't get really any explanation about it. Like I said, I didn't look into it too much, so I'm sorry. Maybe I just missed something where it's like, yeah, he rebuilt it and made it more powerful. Adam, stop, murking on him. But, that's really kind of my big problem with, well, not my main problem. My main problem is, all the ability jumping around and trying to figure it out and using those correctly, because he is, like, almost completely ability-based. But, other than that, those are my two big problems with him. And ultimately, he is kind of fun to play with when you do play with him, but I haven't played with him enough to really like him yet. So, honestly, I give this character, just like my Diva Pop, a 7 or 8 out of 10. He's a great addition. Right now, he's a little too powerful. Just the fact that he's, like, basically completely ability-based kind of is like, okay, once I run out of my abilities, if I screw up and use all my charges and have to wait for that charge, you're kind of SOL. But once you get used to him, I'm sure he's a great character. He's going to be utilized very well and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I can't really decide on whether it's a 7 or 8. I almost said 6 to 7, but that's a little harsh. He is a good character. I'm just having, like, some problems with him right now. I'm sure he'll be fixed because, like I said, he's just a little too powerful right now. And any ability damage that he does with any of his 3 abilities, he actually gains some armor for doing that damage. So that's another cool feature. I'll give that a plus. That isn't a minus. That's a big plus. That's really cool. But, yeah, there you guys have it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like this video, share it with all your friends, and leave a comment down below. What do you think of Doomfist? Did you get to play him? Am I being a little harsh? Is he an awesome character and I just haven't played him with him enough, and, and being a hypocrite or a little Nancy-pantsy, mumbly-bumbly guy? Let me know. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and peace out!